What's up, everyone? My name is Duana, aka Glamazon1026, and welcome to the Glam Room. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, thank you for coming back. If you are a returning friend. So we're going to be reviewing the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. And I'm going to give you some swatches, well, just a swatch of this, and we're going to compare it to my other concealers. We're going to give you a demo, and then I'm going to give you my review at the end. So if you want to see all of that, stay tuned. In the intro, we are going to be discussing the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. I got the shade M20. I didn't know what shade I was going to be, and so it was really difficult for me to pick one on the internet, especially since everything is closed down. Usually I just go in the store and I swatch and I see which one is closest to the concealer that I usually use, but I felt like I could have gone either to M20 or M18 and I would have been fine. So I just got M20 just for the sake of the sake. So that's what we're going to be trying today. As usual, it comes in, you know, this little nice Pat McGrath packaging. When I opened it, it was a little bit smaller than I thought it would be for $32, but you know, that powder was real small too. So I'm going to swatch the Pat McGrath concealer next to two concealers that I use all the time just to see how the shades compare. First, we're going to do the Pat McGrath. That's going to be right here on my the back of my hand. Next to that, we're going to use the concealer that I use most often, which is the NARS Radiant Creamy in Caramel. And then next to that, on the other side, we're going to put Fenty 350. So I probably could have gone up with the Pat McGrath concealer a little bit, like to 318, because it's definitely darker than these other two. These two are pretty good comparisons for each other. The Fenty is a little bit cooler than the NARS and the Pat McGrath, but I think I'll be okay. Actually, I know I'll be okay because I have used this one time before. So we're gonna do this as Pat McGrath as we can get besides the eyes and the brows. I'm going to be using the primer, foundation, powder, and concealer to do my face today, just to let's see how it works, how it's doing. I'm also gonna see if I like the powder more using it with this concealer, because the concealer is a little bit darker than what I usually go and the powder was a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna see if I can merge the two and meet somewhere in the middle for a happy medium. Let's pray about it, because I don't know how that's gonna work. Okay, so I'm just gonna start off with the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Primer. I already put on my No Skin Essentials oil. So this is just gonna go on top of that. I do like this primer, you know, I just don't use it because I like my primer routine that I already have. So now we're just gonna go in with the foundation in the shade Medium Deep 22. And I really did like this foundation, you know. It's just expensive, so I only bust it out on special occasions. We don't have no special occasions now that we, you know, kinda in quarantine. Well, Tennessee's not in quarantine no more. They decided they don't know who coronavirus is and they do not care. I'm staying my butt in the house. Wow. Pat knew what she was doing, man. She knew it. She knew what she was doing. Woo! This looked good. Maybe I do like the primer. I don't know. It's like I'm rediscovering this. Guys, This looks great. This looks really good. That looks really good. I ain't mad at it. So here's the moment of truth. We are going to be putting on the concealer. And this concealer is really thick. It reminds me of Fenty and how thick it is. So I probably could have just left. Yeah, it's really thick. You don't need that much at all. And I think this is a full coverage concealer. So I'm just gonna do a little bit. Okay, all right, so this is how we're gonna leave that. On one side of my face, I'm going to be using a beauty blender a damp beauty blender to buff it in. On the other side of my face, I'm going to be using this. I'm gonna be doing what I usually do and use my foundation brush that's spritzed with a little bit of the Smashbox primer water. Actually, I spritz both of them with that. To see if we can set this concealer in. Well, just, you know, blend it in. So, beauty blender. I'm looking at the monitor, y'all. Patricia may have done a thing. Like, Pat, you might have did it. You might have did it. Let's get to the other side. So I'm just going to set this with the light medium 2 Skin Fetish powder. I'm going to use a beauty blender on one side and the brush on the other side. Just a light dusting. Oops, I forgot. I'm sorry, y'all. It's fine. We not tested this out. We already know that it wasn't our favorite, but it was just because of the color. I was gonna give this to my best friend, but I said she probably would not use setting powder. So I'm just gonna keep it to myself. Actually, she might use setting powder. I don't know. I can ask her. All right. So this is how we go. Oh, man, this looks really good. Pat, you be knowing. I don't know why I doubt you. I'm sorry. I take back what I said about the powder before. My bad. This looks good. I look flawless. Compared to what I looked like before, I look great. You can still see my little boogie though. That came up last night. Anyway, I am going to finish off my face and then I will give you my thoughts on this concealer when we finish, okay? So I'll see you in a few. Okay, y'all, my whole face is done. I have put on bronzer and blush and highlight and all that stuff. I didn't even like set it with some setting spray. Let me just do that real quick so I can remember. Anyway, that's it. What do I think about this concealer? I love it. Even though I thought like, okay, M20 is a lot browner than what I usually get for concealer, it worked out so well. And everything together worked out well too. Like my face looks completely different. Like guys, it looks good. My face looks great. I mean, I just, like, Pat knew what she was doing. Like, when I stopped and I looked at the camera and was just like deadpan, like, yo, this looks good. That was a genuine reaction. Like, I wasn't putting on for any, like, I wasn't putting on at all. Like, it looks really, really, really good. It is a little pricey. Like, this is the most expensive concealer that I have. It's $32. I mean, it's only $2 more than the NARS, but it's the most expensive concealer that I have. But I really like it. I didn't think I would, y'all. Honestly, I didn't. People were saying that they liked it a lot, and I was just like, it's whatever. But when you use the whole skin fetish, okay, let me not even say that, because I've used it without using the Pat McGrath foundation too, and it still looks good. So when you use all of them together, like everything from the skin fetish line, it looks good, and when you use it by itself, it looks good. So if you have $30 to spare in this quarantine time, you know, if you got it, then go get it if you're interested. If you're not, don't worry about it. That's it. That's all I have for you guys today. So if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you click the notification bell, because we want you to become a part of the Glam Fam and know exactly when I upload. Also, do not forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Glamazon1026, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.